The reason that the vast majority of patients are saying no when we propose treatment has nothing to do with money. I know that sounds bold, but we saw our case acceptance jump 20% when we eliminated one word from our vocabulary. Same team, same office, same procedure mix, just one word. I had a patient who needed 3 or 4 crowns. Their teeth have been breaking down for years. I'm talking about crack lines, enamel fracturing, the whole gamut of reasons that would justify a crown. Every time that I would propose treatment to this patient, they would simply look at me and say, "That just sounds way too expensive. That cost is too high." I thought to myself, okay, well, I guess they're not moving forward today, but in almost the same exact breath, they were telling me about their new truck or their trip to Europe that they were taking, or the new gadget they just bought that they're enjoying so much. I started to question myself. I thought, am I not communicating this clearly? Am I just out to make money? I felt like an imposter. I felt like I was trying to communicate the value, but to the patient, it was optional. To me, it was obvious. And I knew that something had to change. I just didn't know it was quite so simple. Here's what I realized. When you use the word cost, a patient hears loss, money leaving their wallet, going somewhere else. They could have used that money to do something they really enjoy, but instead you're going to take it from them. It feels like a subtraction. But when you use the word investment, everything changes. Think about it. An investment grows, it multiplies, it protects, it gives you security down the road. People will go out and finance a $70,000 truck without even thinking about it. They'll book a $10,000 trip to Europe. They'll click buy now on Amazon without even giving it a thought. But then they're going to hem and haw with you over a $1,000 crown. It's because it feels like that $1,000 crown is taking something from them and stealing from a future joy that they could have. So the difference is your framing. The shift wasn't just changing the word from cost to investment. The shift came with my belief and my mindset. If I actually think this is a wonderful investment for this patient, then they're going to know if I believe it or not. Would I recommend it to my wife? Would I do it on my own mouth? So I started saying this instead. Let's pretend like the patient's name is Sally. Hey, Sally, I don't want to give you a solution to a problem you don't have, but I want to tell you what I see. And what I see is that you have a problem now that if we make a small investment now, you're going to avoid a huge cost later. And that was the shift. Remember that cracked tooth patient I was telling you about? Well, bad news. The cracked tooth came back in a vengeance. They were leaving for a 6-week vacation to Australia. This tooth cracked on day 2 of their vacation. They were going in for an emergency root canal, a crown preparation. They got a temp crown that they had to go back multiple times during their trip to get re-cemented on. Not only did the financial cost become immense, but the huge mental stressor cost was literally immeasurable. Ruined their trip. The cracked tooth will always return. You have to think about that when you're presenting it to patients. The villain isn't money or cost. The villain is viewing health as an expense. Expenses get cut. Investments get prioritized. When you see your health as an investment, everything changes. Your patients have to realize if they can't chew, if they have broken teeth, or they're not confident in the way that they feel about their smile, everything changes. They can't enjoy that vacation. They can't eat their favorite foods. They can't be the husband, the father, the wife, the mother that they've always dreamed of being. They are the number one asset. They are worth the investment. Let me be clear. This is not some sort of sales hack. This only works if you actually believe that the treatment you're recommending is an investment. So let me tell you a story. In our office, we have 3-dimensional imaging, or a CBCT. We had a patient that we were kind of wavering whether we would recommend doing a CBCT or not. We charge $500 for a CBCT in our office, including a radiologist report. But we were concerned with some things with their TMJ health, so we took the image. We got the radiologist report back. There was a tumor on their condyle. We referred immediately to the local university where they were able to see the oral maxillofacial surgeon. Literally, their life was saved. They were able to remove the tumor, get the patient back in their life. They were immensely grateful. From this moment on, I stopped feeling bad about recommending it if I thought it was going to be best for the patient. And that's all that changed. Once I realized that this was a really good investment and it was worth the price, the patients that I had smelled that authenticity. My team backed me up and they believed in it as well. And at our next team meeting, our office manager went to go report on our case acceptance. She said, "Hey, good news. We're up 20% in our case acceptance." Again, nothing else changed. Same team, same office, same procedure mix. All that changed was we had one word that we eliminated from our vocabulary, and we changed our belief to think that we are no longer providing services that have a cost, but instead they have an investment. The reason patients are saying no when we present treatment has really nothing to do with money or cost. People will invest their resources in something they actually believe will change their life. If they don't believe your treatment is an investment that will change their life, they will immediately revert back to cost. It's not our job to push, or to sell, or to convince. It's our job to position, to be candid, and make sure that they know all of their options. But if you don't believe it, they won't either. Thanks for watching. If you found value out of this video, I'd love it if you subscribed and stay tuned. We're putting out content every single week to help dentists either scratch start or jumpstart their career to find more fulfillment and bring more value to their patients. Thanks for watching. See you next time.